Welcome to Maths and Science by IITian channel. Today I will be taking up a typical units and measurement typical question which comes regularly in NEET, JEE Mains and JEE Advanced examination. This type of questions do occur and I prepared it keeping in mind NEET, JEE Mains and JEE Advanced, and I prepared this question. Please pay attention to it. It's a very good question. There can be twists in the question. I have already released 3 lectures on units and measurements and dimensions. This is the 4th lecture. In this, what we have to find out is what is A plus B plus C if the units are changed. Pressure, instead of in MLT, the dimensions are expressed as universal gravitational constant G, angular momentum L and viscosity, dynamic viscosity mu. You should know first in what dimensions this particular question is to be answered. Instead of MLT, we have to answer in terms of the universal gravitational constant and then angular momentum, and mu is represented as dynamic viscosity. The units of the dimensions of P are to be found out. P is pressure. And P is equal to G to the power of A, L to the power of B, mu to the power of C, and we have to find out what is A plus B plus C. Let's proceed further. There may be chances that you are knowing some of the dimensions like angular momentum, dynamic viscosity or gravitational constant. But however, we will proceed in finding the solution of it as if we are naive and we do not know anything what is given there except for the recognition of the quantities. Now, let us start how to do it with concepts. It may take a little while, but however in the examination once you practice it, you will do it in seconds. First is, we should know left hand side. Left hand side is equal to pressure. What is the definition of pressure? Pressure is equal to force by perpendicular area. That is equal to force is nothing but mass into acceleration. Area is nothing but in square meters. Mass is in kgs into meter per second square acceleration. And this will become kg per meter per second square. And what will be the pressure? Dimensions kg, mass is in m, L to the power of minus 1, T to the power of minus 2. This is left hand side. This should be equal to right hand side. That is the law of dimensionality. Now, let us analyze right hand side. Right hand side got 3 parameters: universal gravitational constant G, and then angular momentum L, and dynamic viscosity mu. There is another thing is also called kinematic viscosity. I will discuss when it comes. Mu by rho is equal to kinematic viscosity. Mu by rho is equal to nu. That is kinematic viscosity. Now, what are the units of dimensions of G? To find out the dimensions of G, the simplest way is force is equal to, you may be knowing what is force. Force is equal to G into M1 M2 by D square. Very simple formula. Dimensionally, this formula. It may be varying, depends upon the constants. Force is ml t to the power of minus 2, because force is mass into acceleration, mass is m, acceleration is meters per second square, that is L by t square, that is L into t to the power of minus 2 is equal to G we do not know, m1 into m2 is m square, mass square, divided by d is nothing but length square. That implies G dimensions are ml t to the power of minus 2 into L square divided by m square. That is equal to m to the power of minus 1 L cube t to the power of minus 2. These are the dimensions of universal gravitational constant. G is completed now. Because try to not to by heart any formula. Try to understand with the concepts and deriving them on this spot. You can do it very fast if you practice. Angular momentum. What is the definition of angular momentum? It's a vector. Very important quantity, physical quantity, it's a vector, angular momentum. L is equal to R cross P, where L is the angular momentum, R is the displacement or radius, P is the linear momentum. P linear momentum is nothing but mv. P linear momentum is mv. As far as dimensions are concerned, P dimensions will be m is mass, velocity is length by time, that is equal to ml into t to the power of minus 1, and dimensions of R is equal to L. Therefore, dimensions of L is equal to L into ml t to the power of minus 1, that is ml square t to the power of minus 1. This is very important. Please remember. If you try to remember, if you don't remember also, you please remember this. L is equal to Rp, LRP, L is equal to Rp, that's all. And don't change the, because it is a cross product, don't change the what you call positions. L is equal to Rp, that's all. It cannot be PR. L is equal to Rp. This is angular momentum. Now what is on the right hand side? Another quantity is dynamic viscosity. I am not aware the dimensions of dynamic viscosity, or you are not aware. Let us think. Dynamic viscosity is mu. This comes in the fluid mechanics, fluid flow. If you are familiar with, there is a number called dimensionless number, a famous number, Reynolds number. Because I am taking the simplest way how to get the dimensions of dynamic viscosity. Then Reynolds number is equal to rho v d by mu. V is the mean velocity. It's a dimensionless number, which implies dimensions of mu is equal to rho v d. Dimensions of rho v d. That implies dimensions of mu is equal to rho is density kg per cubic meter, that is the density. Cubic meter is L cube, m by L cube. What is V? Velocity, L by T. What is D? It is length, diameter is length. Then dynamic viscosity will be m into L to the power of minus 1 into T to the power of minus 1. Now you just see, equate dimensionally left hand side is equal to right hand side. Dimensionally we are equating as per dimensional theorem. What is pressure? Pressure we got it as m L to the power of minus 1 into T to the power of minus 2. M L to the power of minus 1 T to the power of minus 2 is equal to G. What is the value of G? M to the power of minus 1 L cube, m to the power of minus 1 L cube, T to the power of minus 2 to the power of A, G to the power of A. Then angular momentum ml square T to the power of minus 1 ml square T to the power of minus 1 to the power of B. Next is dynamic viscosity mu is m into L to the power of minus 1 T to the power of minus 1 to the power of C. That implies, let us write here, expand it, m to the power of n 1 L to the power of minus 1 T to the power of minus 2 is equal to m to the power of all powers m's we add minus a plus b plus c, L to the power of 3a plus 2b minus c, T to the power of minus 2a minus b minus c. Hence, when you compare the powers on both sides, we will get 3 equations and 3 unknowns, so we can easily solve the simultaneous equations. Left minus a plus b plus c is equal to 1, that is equation number 1. 3a plus 2b minus c is equal to minus 1, that is equation number 2. Minus 2a minus b minus c is equal to minus 2, that is equation number 3. Either way, either you use the matrix system or you use your regular system, get the values, 3 equations, 3 unknowns. It's a solvable simultaneous equations problem. Regarding simultaneous equations, I will take up when I take up the matrices and determinants. Solve them. It is your homework. Please solve physics or mathematics. It is to be felt and it is to be not to be seen or heard, it is to be practiced. And you practice finding ABC. I think answers will be A is equal to 1 by 3, B is equal to minus 2 by 9, C is equal to 14 by 9. Just to take first two. Let us try. I will try to some extent. Remaining you do it. Minus a, because unnecessarily we will be wasting time in this lecture by solving the simultaneous equations which can be solved very easily with your basic mathematics knowledge. 3a plus 2b minus c. What happens? When you add both of them, here it is 2a plus 3b plus 0 is equal to 0. That implies 2a is equal to minus 3b. You just see 2a is equal to minus 3b or not. 2a is equal to 2 by 3 from the values what we have got. Minus 3b is equal to minus 3 into minus 2 by 9. That is equal to 2 by 3. That means 2a is equal to minus 3b. This is right. Then in second and third, you put this value 2a, you replace it minus 3b, and 3a also similar way. Then you will get the other value c. These are the values. And now ultimately what we are supposed to find? A plus b plus c is equal to 1 by 3 minus 2 by 9 plus 14 by 9. That is 9 as the LCM. Here it is 3 minus 2 plus 14. That is 15 by 9. That is equal to 5 by 3. The answer is A plus B plus C is equal to 5 by 3. If some question is asked, I am going to give a better refined question. If A, B, C are represented by a quadratic in form ax square plus bx plus c is equal to 0, then find the sum of the roots of this equation and product of the roots. This is a homework for you. Please do it. You have found out ABC and we got the answer as pressure is equal to, in terms of gravitational constant, and we can rather say pressure is directly proportional to, because what constants they may be we are not aware. G to the power of 1 by 3, angular momentum to the power of minus 2 by 3, minus 2 by 9, and dynamic viscosity to the power of 14 by 9. This is the ultimate equation. If ABC are formed in ax square plus bx plus c, then what is the product of the roots of that equation? We know A, we know B, we know C. And what is the sum of the roots of that particular equation? And as far as this problem is concerned, we have to find out the sum of the ABC, that is we got it as 5 by 3. With this, I stop this lecture. I think you might have had some amount of value addition to your knowledge. If you got any value addition to your knowledge, please share my video, and there are about 65 videos till now released. Share, view, review and comment. Please subscribe to my channel. Maths and Science by IITian. I think this is not the end of these dimensions, units and measurements. This type of questions have come previously in the examinations like NEET and also in JEE Mains, and some part of the question is defined in JEE Advanced. So that this type of thinking, this type of problems I felt are very necessary for people who are preparing for these higher level examinations, and please practice more and more on these lines and do best in your examinations. Best of luck. Thank you.